In this video, we are going to learn how to use SetInterval and SetTimeout in JavaScript. So right now, let me go to the HTML page and let me get rid of all this code. I don't even want this button, but let me add this h1 element, and I'm going to say some text. And let's give it an ID. I will call it my h1 because it's my h1 element. All right. So I have that there. Let me go to the JS file. So I'm going to select all of this code, and then I'm going to press Control ? It's going to comment it out. So we will use this code later. So I'm gonna move this down. All right. Now right here on line 1, let's store that element, this h1 element, inside of this variable. So I'm going to say let my h1 equals to document get element by ID, and let me see. So I should say some text. Maybe I'll change it to some text h1. All right, some text h1, and right here I'm gonna copy that ID and paste it inside of the single quotes. So I have that there. Let me make a function here that will change the text. So function change text, and then open 2 parentheses and 2 curly braces. So now right here, because I have that element stored inside of this variable, I can simply say some text h1 dot inner HTML equals to, and then 2 single quotes, and I can change it to new text. All right, new text. And right here, let's call this function. I'm going to say change text and open 2 parentheses. You see, as I call this function, it's going to change it. So it has changed it to this new text. But let's say that I want to change it after 3 seconds. And to change it after 3 seconds, I can say SetTimeout and open 2 parentheses. So right here, we see we have the handler. So the handler is the name of the function. I'm going to say change text, comma, and we are going to add 3000 for 3000 milliseconds. So you see, first, it's some text, that's the default, and then after 3 seconds, it's going to change it to new text. Let's change it to 6000. So after 6 seconds, it's going to change it to new text. And we can do something else. So I'm going to say some text.style.color equals to green. Let's change the color to green. So after 6 seconds, it should change it to green. So you see, now it's green. And this is how you change it. So it's going to change it after 6 seconds, and that's it. It's not going to run again. However, if I want to run this code over and over again, I can use SetInterval instead of SetTimeout. Now I'm going to change SetTimeout to SetInterval. And this means that after 6 seconds, it's going to run this code again and again. So now we will not see a lot of difference with SetInterval, even though it's running after each 6 seconds. We can simply change or update a counter. So I'm going to add a number here. So I'm going to say let count equals to 0. All right, so we have declared this variable and we have set it to 0. So now we can say some text.inner HTML equals to count. So count, we will change it to count, and we can update the count. So count plus plus. So we are going to increment it. So now let's wait for it. So you see, first it becomes 0, then it should become 1. And you see, it works like after each 6 seconds, because I have set it to 6000. If I can change this to 1000, you see, it's going to say 0, 1, 2, and it's going to count up. All right, so now what if we want to cancel this? So if we want to cancel this, we can basically declare a variable. So I can say stop clock equals to this interval, and I can basically use clear interval and open 2 parentheses and type in stop clock. Stop clock. So you see now my interval is not working because this is true now. This thing is true. Let's say that I want to add a button there that says stop it if I want to stop it. So I'm going underneath this age1 element, I'm going to add a button that says cancel timer. All right. So now I'm going to give it an ID. I'll call it cancel button. So let's store it inside a variable. I'm going to say let cancel timer equals to, then document dot get element by ID, and I'm going to copy that cancel button there. Right, cancel button. So we can make a function here. So underneath this function, I'm going to make a function. This is cancel time. All right, cancel time, and open 2 parentheses and 2 curly braces. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to basically move this clear interval and paste it inside of this function. You see, my clock is going to start working again. And, I'm not going to call this function now, but I can, attach this function to cancel timer button. And because I have stored it inside of this variable, I can say cancel time. So I should say cancel timer. So cancel timer dot add event listener. So whenever I click on it, I'm going to say click, comma. Oops, what happened here? Okay, so click, comma. So click, just like that, and then comma, followed by cancel time. So I'm going to add the name of this function here. So now, if I just click on cancel timer, you see it's going to stop it. So it cancels it, all right? So it's not going to make this run again. So again, if I refresh it, you see that it's going to say 0, 1, and it's going up. So if you want to cancel this interval, you see the interval is just like, we are recalling the function over and over again. You see the number is going to go up until I click on cancel timer. If I click on cancel timer, it's going to stop it. It's going to run this function. So cancel timer, that's it.